I think those are his.
Why are your headphones so small?
Those are mine.
Why are your headphones so small?
Danny's
it's
not
Zoolander's phone.
He's not an over-the-ear guy.
Well, I'll tell you
for
why.
personal use.
Well, the reason why is for travel. So that's the thing is when travel, I want to bring headphones with me.
Yeah.
Because earbuds on a plane just aren't as comfortable after a long time.
True.
And so then over the ear, they take up so much fucking space in your back.
Yeah.
And so they get a nice on the ear, like those are Bose, and they sound great. And they're
Bose
super
are the best
soft.
headphones.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, those on the ear, you don't even realize you're wearing them. Like they're so soft, you forget they're on, but they fit in your bag. Like they fold down hella small.
I like the over the ear. It makes a statement. You go
Like
through,
I don't give a fuck how much room these take in my bag.
and don't talk to me. I go through security, and before even putting on my shoes after the line, I put on headphones and just say, "Don't talk to me."
Well, what's great about Bluetooth now is before you would have to put the headphones on and like hide the end of the cord if they're not plugged in, so people think it is. Bluetooth, you can walk around without those things attached or like connected. No one fucking knows. You don't even have to fake connect it anymore.
Yeah, just turn the silencer on. I mean, I'll have music or something.
You
too,
can be like, what's his name on There's Something About Mary? The little brother.
The special one?
that wears the headphones.
That is me sometimes. I don't know how to interact with humans in real life sometimes, so I just go headphones.
Just fake it.
Yeah,
headphones.
You take them off.
I guess we can start. Welcome to Gas Station Cappuccino by Caffeine and Kilos. What do you say, Dean? Powered by PR Blend?
Yeah, sponsored, powered by PR Blend.
I'm Danny Lears, Dean Sidoris, but then somebody came between us.
Special guest.
His official name, his Christian name is Silent Mike, but his nickname, Michael Farr.
Yeah, the government name.
Government name.
I think I'm gonna
Government nickname.
I can't like make a full switch because Instagram and the internet, but I think we're going there. You know, I feel like I'm 30. I'm getting old. Hello, I'm Mike Farr.
Is that what so you're making the change?
I don't know. I'm not making a change. You know, we're not.
So you're kind of going like Dwayne Johnson in The Rock. You're trying to separate yourself from The Rock.
Yeah.
And I'm more than Silent Mike. I'm Mike.
Yeah.
Or
me and The Rock have a lot in common.
Is it that you're more than Silent Mike, or is it you have like multiple characters? Like today, I'm Mike Farr, and then right now I'm Silent Mike.
I have to think about it deeper. I think I'll build them into characters.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I'll have to build that out because I haven't thought it through. The Mike Farr will be maybe the business guy. And then the Silent Mike will be the online entertainer.
Are you Lil Wayne or are you Dwayne? Are you Dwayne Carter
or Weezy?
Are you Weezy F?
Or Tunichi? God, see, I need 5. Yeah, bro, Lil Wayne's
I'm gonna put us on live, a little sneak peak of the new episode. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah. I love being on the internet.
Let me. All right. So speaking of which, if everyone is on the internet, you should go look up Silent Mike, or actually it's Mike Farr now.
It's Silent Mike on the internet. See, that's where it's hard, you know. People might not know who Mike Farr is. Maybe they do.
Is it Mike Farr or Michael?
Mike Farr is what they call me when I played basketball. And not that I had the same reach when I played basketball. I didn't go to the NBA
That sounds like a strong basketball name.
Right? Mike Farr. And
does.
Farr looks good on the thing. And when you're playing 2K, I made my character, and he's Farr, and he's number 2, and he's...
Well, the reason Farr...
He's a lot taller and better than me, but...
The reason Farr looks good is the same reason why it's bad on the internet, is because the double R.
Yeah.
See, people go to look you up. No one's typing in that second R. You got to pronounce it with the R. You got to say Mike Farr.
It used to be Farinacci. So maybe we even make a full government change.
Oh, wow.
Farinacci.
That's
and
a
really
full
go
send.
in. Yeah.
That's a full send.
I don't know if that'll fit on a basketball jersey.
So that's your third.
I like Farr. Because, you know, it kind of reminds me of Brett Favre. And it kind of, it's got that same ring to it.
And because
Mike Farr, Brett Favre.
my family made it up, there's not that many of us.
Oh, okay.
Right.
There you go.
You don't even make up your own name.
There's not a
small crew.
Not a lot of Silent Mikes running around either.
So it's a three part. There's Silent Mike. There's Mike Farr or Michael Farinacci.
Yeah, Miguel Farinacci.
Miguel. So you're a Hispanic Italian.
I am a Hispanic Italian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, tell me more.
So we got Argentinian on the mom's side. Mom moved here, and then dad's side's more Italian. Grandpa floated over.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
you mix them all up.
Ellis Island?
Ellis Island, dude. I found the name.
Nice. Yeah, my great-grandma came over on Ellis Island also.
Yeah. I didn't think I would because I didn't know the full story. Like, I knew my family's from Italy, but I didn't know who exactly. And then I went there last year, I think. And I was like, might as well look for some foreign
Absolutely.
And they're stopping around. Ellis Island's a crazy spot.
Dude, no, I've been there. It's kind of... you feel like you're somewhere. It's a presence. There's an aura there. It's weird.
There's one here,
Super
right?
weird.
Is San Francisco? What's the other one? There's 2 ports, right? It's Ellis Island and then...
I can't remember the name of it.
It's not Angel.
Is it Angel Island?
Well, there's Angel Island is off the coast of San Francisco, but I don't think that's where
you float in.
You float in.
Was there a prison on Angel Island?
No, Alcatraz is right by Angel Island.
That's right.
Alcatraz and Angel Island are 2 islands that are in the bay.
That's right.
Angel Island is a state park now. You can go out there, get a little ride out there or whatever, and you can hike to the top. You go like mountain bike. Actually, when I was like 13, I got in a mountain biking accident on Angel Island.
Darn.
Got all fucked up. Like the ranger had to come in like their speedboat.
Oh wow!
And they threw me. They had to put me on a stretcher.
So you caused a scene.
It was a whole thing. It was like gravel, and it slid out, and so I had to get stitches in like 3 of my limbs and in my side.
Jesus.
And so they're like picking gravel out of my wounds, and I was in the back of the ranger van, and he's like going. Like sliding around the corners on these gravel roads when I'm on this like stretcher, bumping all over the fucking place. And then they put me in the boat, and then the ambulance met us at the dock, and so going over the panels like it's fucking awful.
I would love to mountain bike and do all that, but that's the first thing.
I think.
That's the first thing that comes to my head.
Well, Tahoe's the spot for mountain biking.
Dude, California's a spot for, especially Northern California. You can literally do everything. Like
That's
people
true.
are surfing, an hour to our other side, and
yeah.
people are snowboarding and mountain biking the other. But I'm just too scared of situations like that, where I have gravel in my wounds and someone's bouncing me around. So instead, I put my fist on the internet.
Survive.
And then that's why there's Call of Duty. And,
thank you.
And Fortnite.
Thank you.
Well, talking about the California thing is like we've done both. Like I've gone snowboarding on a Saturday and surfing on a Sunday.
That's dope.
That's called the California hippie flip.
Oh, the old hippie? Is that what it's called?
That's a great name. I need to do a vlog of that.
Oh, man.
Because what's it? Probably from the coast to the mountains, no traffic,
3
4
hours?
hours? Yeah,
max. Yeah,
You go
get to the
you go Half Moon Bay straight through
Boreal
to like well yeah, if you go like Pacifica to Boreal, because then you're talking like the same latitude.
Yeah.
But if you want to or a little further south, if you go like Half Moon Bay straight across to like Bear Valley or Dodge Ridge, I guess, whatever, like on the way to Yosemite.
What are the 2 iconic points I have to hit? Pacifica's pretty iconic, I guess. Half Moon Bay is pretty iconic.
Half Moon Bay, you probably
where are the Olympics?
We want Squaw.
I feel like Squaw is where you got to go to make the full statement.
Yes, that'd be 4 hours probably, because Squaw's not like you go into Tahoe or through Truckee. Either way, you gotta Squaw's halfway between like North and South Lake.
Yeah.
So you get a little, you got to go north and south a little there.
That's the
statement. So you want to go closest point to closest point.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go like iconic? If you want to go iconic,
you might have to go Golden Gate.
You go Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
You go Santa Cruz to
Beach
Squaw.
Boardwalk. I think I'm gonna do it.
I love Santa Cruz.
I do too.
I don't know what it is, man. It's just.
It's a vibe.
I love fucking Santa Cruz.
I
love the boardwalk.
Yeah. Tahoe and Truckee in the summer.
You know what? Why? I think I like it because it almost feels like it's stuck in like the 80s or 90s over there.
That's because it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is then.
Yeah.
And that just feels like there's a nostalgia there.
Yeah. I feel that Tahoe's a little bit the same. Or
for sure.
It is 90s. I think it's just 90s kind of skate culture or whatever. I love it up there.
It's just kind of exactly.
Well, like when you're on the boardwalk, you know what I mean? There's the whole thing, like there's the carousel with the fucking rings you pull when you throw, and like they're not making that in 2018. That is
you're not throwing rings at a
giant clown's face when you're on the carousel or merry-go-round.
Yeah. I feel like Santa Cruz it maybe isn't as famous as I thought. Like a lot of people know like Tahoe.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't know the board. Like if people, let's say we're talking to people in Missouri.
Right.
Hey, folks in Missouri out there, do you know Santa Cruz? I know
Santa Cruz.
Oh, you mean the
boardwalk in general?
skateboard company?
Nah, all of
that's what they might think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I bet they might not even know that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
They know San Francisco, LA. People don't even know where Sacramento is, and I understand why. We're small, but
but we are the capital.
And we're pretty iconic.
There's a lot of states that have state capitals, not the biggest.
The majority.
City.
I mean, where are you gonna put? Where else would you put it if you had to really think about it in California? Like, where are you gonna put it in LA? Like, LA's so big and broad, and there's just too much going on there.
Well, in other states, Austin, Texas, I think is probably one of the bigger capitals I know now. Like that's built up like crazy, and I see a lot of similarities happening in Sacramento.
But it's so far from the biggest.
Yeah. It's not Houston.
It's actually a pretty common theme is you get a mid-sized city that's a state capital and like a college town that actually has like great culture.
Yeah, I agree.
So you talk like Sacramento actually, like you said, is coming up. Like the culture in Sacramento is really coming around. And then Austin is that way. Yeah. Austin has the best culture in all of Texas.
For sure.
And it's state capital. And then you get into the smaller ones like Boise is the biggest. It's the biggest city in the state, I think. But it's far from a big city. It's
is
like
it the capital?
It's the capital.
Oh, all right.
And
Boise
it's like a mid-size kind of. It's a big city, but it's not a big city. And it's got some like decent like outdoor culture, and it's like that kind of thing. That's actually a big part of like Madison. Like when CrossFit Games went to Madison, it's a college town, state capital. It's a mid-sized city. There's a lot of places like that around the country.
I think Boise's a lot like Sacramento. I've been there a couple times. The only thing I think Sacramento's missing is the big university. And we have Davis, which is a great university.
Right.
Sac State, good school.
Right.
But it's not the same as like
there's
Texas.
There's
not the Longhorns.
Well, it's a product of California.
Sure.
There's so many fucking colleges in California because the state system is built out so much.
Yeah.
There's so many UCs and the CSUs, and so you just don't get the one massive school.
Yeah,
it's just such a big state. I mean, fuck.
So many people.
Yeah,
it's
but
huge.
every other state has like two big schools, right? Like if you live in Ohio, you're a Buckeye fan. Like that's just how it goes. Like you have Xavier and some of these other little places, whatever happening, but like it's not
those
the
small
same.
private schools.
Yeah,
it's talking about public schools. There's only a handful of big public schools.
And who's going to be a fan of what or whatever? That's like literally if we eliminate everything but UCLA and Stanford. Then California would be like that, right? Like, all right, you're in NorCal, you're a Stanford fan, or your goal is to go to Stanford.
Berkeley.
Yeah. But now we have so many.
Yeah.
You can't. We don't have the sports culture doesn't come with it.
Well, I'll tell you what we need to do is start closing down schools.
Down. I'll do it right now.
You know what I mean?
So we start get more concentrated fans.
Shutting them down.
That's a dream of mine. I hate school,
Yeah.
So like if I could shut a couple down on my way out, that would really revenge.
Well, the other thing is that just college sports aren't as big here because there's so many pro options.
That's true.
Like if you live here, like you live in the Bay Area, it's like the Raiders in LA now, but it's like the Raiders and the Niners, and then you go baseball. There's the A's and the Giants, and then there's basketball. You got the Warriors and the Kings are right here in Sacramento. Like there's so many options nearby. And so it's like, who really gives a fuck what Cal Berkeley's doing?
Well, I mean,
on Saturday?
SoCal college sports are pretty huge. I mean, you got USC, you got UCLA.
It's different.
Those are big. Those got big fan bases.
So is Cal Berkeley.
Yeah,
Cal's got big, but and so does Stanford. But the thing is, you compare that to SEC, it's an entirely different world.
Yeah.
Because in the South, like it's like Tennessee Titans. And Falcons.
I think the culture
but it's like
comes,
the schools. It's just a whole different. You go to an SEC game, like it's bigger than a pro game. You go to Cal Berkeley, playing like Ole Miss, a big time SEC school, and there's 100 people in the stands.
Yeah,
it's wild.
The culture's definitely not the same. But I mean, like if you look at like the Pete Carroll USC days, like that. You were bringing that SEC environment to SoCal.
No,
dude, those teams with Reggie Bush, like that was like maybe you didn't watch it.
No, I watched it.
But like that shit was out of control.
Oh, I watched it, but I've also been to SEC games live, and it's just entirely different.
I think the difference is that in California, everybody moved here. Like you could at least go to a grandpa, where like my family's in Ohio, and like I said, like they literally went from Italy to Buckeyes fans. And so like if you're a Buckeye fan, you're a Buckeye fan. And then same thing where my cousins went to school. All my cousins are a little bit older in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Their kids are going to the same high school.
Right.
So then those high school games are crazier than our high school games, right? Like your parents didn't go to your high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with
my high school.
Oh really? Yeah, but that's rare. But then probably not grandparents.
My older sisters did, but that's it.
You know what I mean? But where back there, it's like no, you grew up in this vicinity, you're going to Bama.
I will say what you're saying about the Stanford's true. USC is that the thing is about California is when the team is winning, the stadiums will be packed out.
Yeah.
So that is true, like you're saying. Like that's definitely true.
I wasn't going to argue it. I mean, it was like a polarizing time.
There's
no like everybody
you're
knows
absolutely
that.
right. Like you're right. And so like but what the team has to be a top 3 in the nation. Yeah. And even when they are the top 3 in the nation, those like preseason games, you may not be selling them out.
Yeah, I think that's
type thing, right? Whereas like you get into like these big time schools like down in the South and everything, it's like it doesn't matter. Like it could be a summer league game and the stadium's fucking packed.
Who was the big dominant league before the SEC? It was
maybe the Buckeyes in Michigan.
It was like the other one. Like it just kind of shifts around. Like it's kind of funny.
I guess
the Big East used to be like basketball. The SEC is now. It just shifts around.
Yeah, and basketball is getting weird now too because everybody's good. Like the mid majors are fucking good.
Well,
didn't Davis make a run at the tourney 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Well, last year.
Yeah, what the hell?
In basketball, a lot of the mid majors are actually the better schools because you get the private schools. The small private schools can like bring the teams.
Yeah. St. Mary's.
Duke.
Yeah. Of course Duke.
You know what I mean? But like Duke's not a huge school.
No. But they have the history too.
Xavier's not a huge school. Yeah. You get into like all these little schools.
Yeah, it's wild.
Where's
follow the money?
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Bama. Bama, Duke for sure. Duke's one of the few schools, I guess Stanford too. USC obviously, but California's a little different. That's like super high on education, and their athletics are high. And I hear St. Mary's is the same, where I hear they hold the standard pretty good, right? Where like they're not taking in kids with a 1.5 GPA just because like, oh, we're trying to win.
Yeah, for sure.
That always interests me too when you talk about like Berkeley. Like Berkeley is like so hard to get into for your average person, but then it's like, well, but then you get these athletes in there, and like maybe they got great grades in school and
Are you calling out
Marshawn
stuff. Lynch right now?
No,
live on the podcast.
Hey, no,
that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, no, you say the same thing about Stanford. Like there's lots of people, but it's like it happens a lot, and I'm just wondering. All right, so if that person wouldn't have played football, would they have gotten in?
Oh, absolutely not.
You know, and it's like,
I mean,
but maybe I don't know. Like I'm not really one to say either way, and I also don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Sure.
Like you have a skill that other people don't have. You know, there's probably some kid that's a really good fucking actor, and he got in to be a part of their fucking Shakespeare play. And some other kid wouldn't have that didn't have those same acting skills. Like, what's the difference? You know?
Oh no! If you're bringing money and you're bringing attention to the school, I mean, who's argued to say that kid's more valuable for the school than the kid that's getting a 5.0?
Right, and even bringing money aside, like you are in the top 1% of the world in a specific skill.
Yeah,
like that's all right. That's okay.
And I 100% agree. And that comes down to basically like, okay, a skill's a skill. If that's math, if that's football,
I agree.
Those are equally in our society. We have made that an equal. What's it called?
You might be the best fucking violinist in the country, and I bet every private school is trying to get you over there. It's trying to figure out how they can make your.
There's no difference. They're both professional jobs.
Can they get paid? If you're on a scholarship for violin, to Stanford, are you allowed to get a professional gig outside of school and keep your scholarship?
That's a good question.
I would doubt it. I would assume no.
You think they have to follow the same rules,
It has to be like
right?
a rule across the board, yeah.
And are they getting slipped money by Mozart's third daughter? Like the same with like Bama's running back?
If you're good enough, I bet so.
Yeah, you think they're sneaking in?
Think about this.
Like if you're say you went to Stanford and
I don't even think people can hypothetically follow your story just with that. That's not happening.
I was talking to Dean.
Oh, all right. Yeah, Dean for sure, not me.
No, say one.
I'm picking up the trash at Stanford.
Say one. Yeah, so you're okay. Good. So you're a janitor at Stanford.
Top 1%.
And you fucking love it though. You're like, this school is the tits. Like this is where it's at, right? And then you love music, and there's this kid coming up, and he is the best flautist you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Right? You're sliding in some cash.
Yeah, probably. That NBA just announced they're trying to, or I guess the G League is trying to announce, like scholarships. Or scholarship's the wrong term, but a stipend, a guaranteed stipend for individuals to go to college, to be selected, then go to the NBA to try to stop universities from paying them money underneath. Which I don't think that works because then they'll just probably double dip.
How's that
work? I thought that the G League. I probably read it wrong.
I might be wrong too.
I thought the G League said that they're going to pay people that don't want to do one and dones to just go to the G League instead of playing overseas.
Well, maybe I
think that's what's going on.
I thought it was a guarantee.
I could be wrong.
I thought it was.
I read like a headline. I didn't read any.
I thought it was like you go to school and then we're promising you this $200K. So you don't take their money and so you don't take their money.
Like you get it when you're out.
When you're out.
Oh, that's interesting.
First I thought it was what you said, but then someone else corrected me.
I read like a headline, like I said. I did not read into it.
Remember the Lonzo Ball thing? He said he's going to start a pro basketball.
Oh, he did? I think he started it.
And so it's like paying kids to play there instead of going to school.
And his minimum, who knows what it is, but if it's actually happening. But I think he said like, oh, you're guaranteed like 6 figures, and then if you're good, you can get paid more. Which is legit. I think that's probably the best way.
And we're only talking like how many kids are going to make this league? Like 50?
Yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, so the percentage is low.
It's basically the same thing as going and playing in Lithuania, except for you avoid the flights and the potential stabbings.
I don't know how I feel about students and the one and done rule playing basketball growing up. I feel like if you're dumb enough or not even dumb enough, if it's your decision, we got to deal with our repercussions. So if your decision is to skip college and go pro and you get injured, that's the risk you took. And so like why is the NBA trying to stop that? I know a bunch of people flunked and we only look at the Kobe's and the Kevin Garnett's, but if you fucked up, you fucked up. That's what happens in life.
It's silly because no other profession has this in place. Like say you're a savant computer programmer,
right?
Google can hire you and you're fucking 15 and you don't go to school and no one gives a shit.
Or baseball, right? Everyone gets drafted from high school baseball.
Oh yeah.
And football would happen too if you were grown enough.
Grown man.
Yeah.
I think the biggest difference, like you're saying, is that it comes down to and it comes down to there's not really like a farm system developed yet.
It's way shittier.
Like compared to like a MLB farm system.
yeah.
Like,
Well, let's break down the
where
G,
the kids are
G
kind
League
of
here.
protected.
Yeah.
Let's break down the G League. It
Yeah.
was called the D League until Gatorade gave them a bunch of money. Now
I
they
didn't even
changed-
know that.
They changed the name to the G League.
That's amazing. I
So
didn't know
the
that.
farm system is so fucked. They're changing their name based on sponsorship.
I like it. America.
Blows my mind.
We'll call it the Silent Mike League soon enough.
Yeah.
I'll buy that bitch.
SM.
First off, the G
Yes, I
League
know.
has a nice ring to it, though.
The G League might sound better.
Yeah,
than G League.
I swear I never read that. I don't know why. I sometimes I'm so in it and I read everything that's going on, and then sometimes I just space out for
Well, I
like
was
6
just-
months and get lost.
I was confused. I read an article and they referred to it as the G League. I was like, G League? I thought it was D League. What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been
And then,
thinking.
like, little
Gatorade
Google,
League.
It's the Gatorade League.
I've been thinking for 9 months what G stands for.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? The developmental league made sense.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
then
true.
just it was,
No, it's just this is all the stadiums are just now like, oh, it's AT&T Park. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's no not like it's not
Now-
it's
so-
no longer a giant stadium.
Yeah,
It's
now they
always
have
all
it-
these sponsor stadiums.
now they have it on
It's
their
like-
So-
jerseys.
Yeah.
I think the Cavaliers or somebody else showed, but I don't know if they're going to use it. A jersey like with no Cavalier on it. It was just like Goodyear.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
if that's a special
That's kinda
edition.
like soccer style.
Exactly, rather than just the small emblem.
Where
Even the
like I remember like what was it shit, what's that big team? The red one.
Barcelona, Manchester United.
Manchester United. The big one, the red one. Well, they just fucking had Chevy Silverado logo on the
No.
front. Just a big bow tie.
It doesn't even say Manchester.
No,
Yeah.
it just has the Chevy logo.
I kind of
That's
like it. I like it.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
now that we're however far into this, you are a YouTube personality, you would say.
I like to say internet male entertainer.
Are you still, and you're still lifting weights?
Yeah, I try.
A little bit.
Yeah, I lift weights.
Not.
Not well, but I do.
Are you still, are you competing at all?
So I did a deadlift competition June. Went terrible, but we competed. I like to throw it on at least
Are
once
you,
a year.
So, all right. So you're not training as much as you did at one time.
Yeah. Goals shift.
Yeah. Goal
Goals
shift.
So
Life changes.
I'm trying to feel good in the gym. I'm trying to find some like motivation. I don't like that word, but I'm trying to find like a groove again. So I'm hitting like a 45-minute workout, kind of old school bro style. Hit a barbell movement in the beginning, and then do some circuits after.
How long did you train?
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's great.
That sounds
I feel great. Like I
Sounds
feel
nice.
the best I've ever
How
felt.
long did you train powerlifting with the goal of like being the best powerlifter you could?
Probably 8 years, a little more.
Yeah.
So as soon I stopped playing basketball officially when I was like 20. Then played like some semi-pro leagues, still trying to go back to college, and then really just dove into lifting hard probably around 21. So yeah, I'm 30 now.
Yeah. So you did that for 8 years or so.
Yeah.
And then it's only been the last year or so where you said, there's a little more to life than walking around feeling like dog meat.
Probably only the last 3 months because I was still getting
welcome.
after it up until
welcome
June.
to the club.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were still training pretty tough.
I was trying.
like a
Head-
powerlifter, training hard.
Yeah.
What's it like? Does it feel? Do you feel like you're missing something, or that you're lacking something not doing it, or or was it such full circle where you say, it's just kind of time?
I don't know. It's hard because I am have some presence on the internet. There's always there's social pressures for every human.
Yes.
But then there's social media pressures that I deal
Yes.
with, and so if I'm not pulling a PR, my video is obviously not going to do as well, and that's just how the fucking shit internet works. And for a long time, I was stuck in the mindset. Like. You get preached all these things on the internet,
Right.
like a balanced life. One side's screaming at you to find balance, and then one side's screaming at you that there's no one successful has balance, right? That you got to go all in, right? You're
Right.
diving head first. And so I was part of the dive head first camp for a long time. I played basketball 365 days a year for 15 years,
Right.
and that's why I was okay at it, right? And I powerlifted, I did okay, but that's all I did. I didn't really drink.
Yep.
I was always focused on what I was eating
One goal.
to perform. Yeah, and I had an epiphany. I don't know how or when, but just like, man, I can get back into this 3 years from now if I need to. Like
Yeah.
I could drink every single day for 3 years. And then decide to stop and get back and probably deadlift 700 pounds again if I want to. So
Right.
that kind of I guess is the change in my head, and I don't know if it's good or not.
I think I have some bad news for you.
Huh?
That I think that once you stop, you never will again.
Really?
And this is why I say that.
Hit me.
And some people do. People have done
Yeah.
it. People have stopped and gone back. So I'm not saying for anybody, but I'm just
Yeah.
speaking from personal experience.
Yeah.
Having for 5 or 6 years of my life, my entire life's goal was to snatch, clean, jerk more weight. Right. And I did that for like about 5 years. And now for the past 2-3 years, it's kind of been like, I like feeling good. I like exercising, work out. I try to, I still squat and do all that stuff, but it's not it's kind of whatever, right? Like I want to do well, it's fun, I like it and all that, but it's not my singular kind of goal, right?
Sure.
Well, what I think about now though is every now and then I think about kind of getting it going again. Like, all right, man, I think I'm gonna get back on this thing and like get it going. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think I have it anymore, and this is why.
Yeah.
I know what it takes. Like, okay, so I snatched whatever 143 kilos, right? It's like I know what it took to snatch 143 kilos and to clean and jerk 180 kilos. I know what that takes. I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah, I think I had that.
At this point in my life, like I'm not willing to take it would take me 2 years from now.
Yeah.
And it would take between 5 and 9 sessions a week, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
For the next 2 years, and I'm not willing to do that to myself.
I had a little bit of that.
I don't mentally have it.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
I 100% get what you're talking about. And I had that even before I powerlifted with basketball. Young Mike Farr was a real dickhead. He was a real asshole. He's one of the most competitive people you've ever met. You guys only know me probably since I'm 24, 25, maybe same age, 25, 26. And I had already gone through all that. So, even in my powerlifting career, I never went, full send.
Right.
Even though I was competitive and I was singular focused, I wasn't like I was with basketball. I was a real dickhead, and I would literally do anything to win a basketball game.
Yeah.
Where I was more...
I'd pants him, dude.
Anything, bro. Anything. Like, if you're in my way, I'm going to run you over. Like, I'm going to do anything to win this game. Yeah. Where in powerlifting, I never had that mentality. Mm-hmm. I was all in, but I wasn't, full send. And I don't know where that line is or how to describe it to people, but what you're talking about, I was already past that when I became powerlifter. So, performance-enhancing drugs is allowed in majority of powerlifting. I never went that route because I wasn't full send. I was all in, but I wasn't full send.
And if you want to go to that top of that level, that's what everybody's doing.
That's what you'd have to do to get a name or for me to even have a chance to pull whatever 850 pounds, 900
but
pounds.
I'm saying, you think of when you were training your absolute hardest.
Yeah.
Are you you think you could do that again?
I think so, because I was never like I said, full send.
God.
Basketball, no, because the passion I had there was so intense that I didn't have friends. I was addicted to my mom. I was addicted to everybody.
I'm just thinking my heaviest, the amount of squatting, the heavy sets and the volume, and just how I know what my body feels like, and I know how my hands feel, and all of that, and I just don't know.
It hurts.
That's the thing.
I think after if I take a couple years off or months off, and I'm still pulling, I pulled 500 for a couple the other day, whatever. But I think I still have lifetime PRs ahead of me.
Oh man,
that's interesting.
I have an 800-pound pull in my head, and I don't know what's going to happen. But it's probably a gym lift. But
I also think that this comes down to also these are two very different sports.
Yeah,
done in the same room.
Well, but
no, powerlifting, you're your best maybe at 40 if you stay. Yeah, I think weightlifting's more like basketball, right? 27.
A lot of the best powerlifters are, like you said, thinking about
35 years old is masters.
Yeah. So you're not.
Yeah, that's crazy. It might be in powerlifting too, because we probably copied you guys.
Probably.
Yeah.
Where the new USAPL or whatever.
Yeah.
But
also, it's stuff going on in your life too. It's different. I have a couple kids that changes things. Also,
sure.
if I didn't have two daughters, my estrogen wouldn't be all jacked up.
Yeah.
By the way, studies show that if you have young children, your estrogen your testosterone lowers a little bit. Estrogen goes up.
Interesting.
Do you become more nurturing? Is that how?
Yeah, I think you become more nurturing.
Do you lactate?
Yeah. Oh well, it depends.
Yeah.
I've yet to laugh.
No cream. I have my own.
Yeah. Super convenient. Actually. No, so so I don't know if that's part of it. Is just priorities change and just that just the time that takes. I'm well, fuck. This takes so much time and energy and effort. There's no way I could have the effort to do the other thing.
Yeah. That's where I am now.
Maybe if I had a couple more hours in my day, I would think differently about it or feel differently about it.
Yeah.
I think right now, I currently don't have kids, right? And and that little 2 hours I have at night to do training still is pretty much I know that's not going to be there forever.
Yeah.
So But right now I'm in this weird place. We kind of talk about this every once in a while, Danny. But I'm in this weird limbo phase where I'm doing just enough not to lose it, but not enough to do more.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid. But I'm afraid to let go.
Yeah. I had that conversation with myself. How long can I push? Kind of like we were talking about. Mm-hmm. You can only give so many hours, so many reps. I think your spine can only take so much deadlifting. You can't deadlift for 40 years and literally add 5 pounds every week. What is training for life? And I hate that term too, because then you're over here with these balance pansies over here saying eat broccoli. I don't like all that either. But I thought to myself, what am I going to be doing for the next 20 years in the gym, or what does my exercise routine look like?
Right.
And that's where I kind of came to what you're thinking about. Like, all right, I'm not going to be able to go hard for 2 hours every. And that's where I think I found right now. I was like, all right, when I'm 50, I could train like I am right now.
And it's what happens too is you have this loss aversion where it's like same thing, like what it took to get where you are.
Yeah.
And like this is exactly where Teen's at. Is like he's like everything I've done to this point. The thought of like just losing it.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's like how many fucking hours and how much pain and all that to get there, and then just to stop.
Yeah.
And have it gone.
And if
it's terrifying.
Weird.
It's a terrifying thought.
What if you've done any of it long enough? There's like way ups and downs. Like there's times where like I grinded out a 500-pound pull, but my best pull is 700. Or like yesterday, I literally benched 275 and I'm dying, and my best bench is 405. And so like you go through these things, and like that mentally probably hurts me more than anything else. Like fuck. And I don't know if it's the difficulty to get there, but it's just like that this isn't the same me.
Oh yeah, well like I have that right now is like
Yeah.
I've squatted not big powerlifting numbers, or really not big weightlifting numbers, but I've squatted over 500 pounds a couple times, right? And like now, honestly, like I squat 400, but I'll tell you what, like you put 200 kilos on, like 440, you would have to have a gun to my head.
Yeah.
Like I think I could, with a gun to my head, I could probably make it happen, but it would be all like that would be fucking it.
Fucking ball the nose torque.
Dude, I would need nose torque. I would need 2 weight belts. I'd probably go Velcro underneath.
What song's
wrapped?
Yeah, what song's playing?
Like, that's easy. That's gonna be
Popping Tags, Future.
No. March Madness.
March Madness is good.
March Madness by Future. That's what's playing. Obviously.
Popping Tags just gets me fired.
Popping Tags gets you.
Future plays bangers.
He does.
See, but sometimes you want that fired up, but sometimes you want like that March Madness. Like there's a vibe. Like it gets you going, but in a different way.
You know what's funny?
It's like introspective gets you going.
When I was doing, we would do our annual like sets of 20 weekly back squats or whatever. I throw on 93 Till Infinity.
Yeah.
And that song just kind of gets me in a trance.
There are weird songs I think that will hit people differently, that won't fire other people. Like my boy Nadeem down at Barber Brigade, like he listens to reggae on his biggest sets, and people look around like, what the fuck are you doing? But Buddy Hill's
I'm getting you going.
Yeah, he gets fired up.
That's what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, he gets fired up.
Fuck you doing.
It just gets him in his mental space where he's ready to go.
Yeah, and I think more like 93 Till Infinity. Sometimes those will just hit you and like fire you up, and no one else is fired up. Everyone else is laying on the couch.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Everybody's kind of got their own little unique ways to get fired up for lifting.
I can't
which is like a whole other part of the sport that's kind of funny if you were to like, categorize that somehow. Like some kind of place where that's all listed, like what people listen to. Yeah, maybe interesting to look at.
That is kind of what I lost. Besides kind of injuring my back and making me not powerlift anymore, I think I lost, I don't know, my adrenal glands are busted, but like I can't get fired up. I went to this last deadlift competition and I didn't have the best prep ever. I was expecting to do better than I did. But I'm sitting there like, all right, Mike, like let's go.
It's time to get it going.
I turn on my song. Tupac hit him up, like that. If you can't get fired up to that song, you're not fucking breathing, like I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for my blood to get rushing. I'm not a nose tour guy, so I skip that, but I'm juiced up on some caffeine. I'm thinking angry thoughts, I'm thinking someone beat my dog and I'm going to go John Wick on their ass, and nothing happens. Yeah. I'm like not even sweating. I'm not even sweating.
You started crying.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't even cry. I wish I would have cried. That would have allowed me to be angry. Yeah. I was just sitting there like, I'm lifting a barbell. That's what hit me, I think.
Okay, here we go, Michael Farr.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Yeah, there are now the announcers, 600 pounds on the bar. And in my head, he's saying, now he's lifting a barbell. That's what I heard.
Ouch. Yeah, that's I think if I felt that out of like a weightlifting meet situation, that would probably be it.
Yeah, dude, now I just catch a bicep pump and do the step mill.
That is so but I also haven't done I've done one meet this year. Yeah. Actually, wait. Yes.
And it went well.
It went well.
I think managing meets, managing stuff like that, and I wasn't the guy to get fired up every time. If that happened to you and you're like, and I've seen you train and you're getting fired up for 135 on the bench press, I understand why. I wasn't that guy. Yeah. I kind of train like a Zen master till it's meet time, and that's what I preach to people because I don't want them to end up dead inside like Uncle Mikey listening to Tupac at his deadlift competition, just dead between the eyes.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was sad.
Oh, fuck. That was funny.
It's interesting, too, because there's like a stage of competing. I think it's important, though, to compete often when you first start.
Yeah.
Because competing is a skill in itself.
I think that's a big difference between weightlifting and powerlifting too, though. Because powerlifting, you just can't compete that often.
You can't.
Yeah,
weightlifting, you can only pull heavy so many times.
Yeah, you'll die.
And so
you
weightlifting,
you compete once a month in weightlifting.
Yeah.
And so I think people should, like, when you're first starting, you should do 6 meets a year.
Yeah.
Because it just, competing is a skill in itself. Like, your warm-ups, getting ready, things go wrong, and you have to, if you don't do those things, if those don't happen in local meet, and you qualify for your first national competition, and you go out to national championships, and then all of a sudden you get fucking iced because the person in front of you is on a couple 2-minute clocks, and that's never happened. Or you go to national meet and you miss your opening snatch, and that's never happened before. Right? You go 6 for 6 5 fucking times, or you know what I mean? Or you do one meet, you go 6 for 6 because you open hella light, and then you go to nationals to fucking bomb out. Like that happens to people all the time because they don't know how to come back from misses.
You almost got to put all the little possible scenarios together over the course of the year,
and it takes
so you know
time.
how to react to all of them.
And then also you get more comfortable with it. So then, like in the ideal situation is you're in the back, you can actually remain calm, right? And then it's like, okay, you take your last warm up. And you're still just kind of whatever. Then they call it, okay, next up on the barbell, Uncle Mikey. And then that's when you're like, boom, adrenaline hits, and you're fucking ready to go. Or you're warming up, and you have like 2 more warm-up attempts, and then that's when you kind of feel it coming in. Like, that's all great. Like, that's really kind of what you want.
Yeah.
Your first couple meets, like, you go to weigh in, you step off the scale, and you start shaking with fucking adrenaline, right? And you're like, all right, I'm going to have this adrenaline for the next fucking 2 hours, whatever. And that happens a lot. It takes like, honestly, probably a dozen weightlifting meets or more before you kind of settle in and actually can remain calm during your warm-ups.
I think powerlifting, same emotions happen, but, like, if you're competing over 3 times a year, I think you're impacting your potential strength gains.
Yeah.
Because you're competing, like, recovery for a weightlifting meet, I don't know, I've never competed in weightlifting, but I'd imagine it's a lot less, right? You're lifting sub-maximal weights. So you can probably get back to training within 2 weeks and feel fine.
Well, honestly, people like myself, I think especially the more seasoned you get as a lifter, you can start training back on the program Monday.
Yeah, and powerlifting, like, you don't feel the same sometimes
especially
for like a month.
If it's local meets, if it's bigger, and just because the adrenaline involved in that type of stuff, bigger travel, you might need a week or 2 after.
Or just mentally.
Mentally, honestly.
But I guess if we're talking purely physical sense,
sense,
you're probably fine.
No, you put in more volume and more weights on your average fucking Friday night. You do, and then meet. There's 6 lifts. You do 6 fucking lifts.
Yeah. And they're all sub-maximal, right? They're less than you squat. They're less than you front squat. They're less than you bench. They're less than you.
That's the thing. Even your heaviest clean and jerk is at most 80% of your back squat.
Yeah, the systematic stress is a little less rather than you're doing a max effort squat 3 times, max effort deadlift 3 times. You're like, fuck, dude, my back's broken.
You get a little central nervous system though because you're moving so fast and trying to move so fast and putting forth maximal effort.
But
even though it's
not
not maximum weight, it's maximum effort.
Yeah. But you do that though in training.
You can in theory.
Yeah.
But it's low.
It's funny. Like a weightlifting meet, you'll train your ass off for a whole cycle 6 weeks, and you'll have your aches and pains and your soreness, but like. You're not like physically muscularly sore like you would from like a pump session, right? Like, oh man, like I'm super sore from that. I haven't done that in a while. But then after a meet, even though it's way less volume, your freaking traps are so sore because you never gripped the bar so hard before, like in a while, because you weren't actually training at your maximum potential in training. Yeah. Like you were in that meet situation.
Yeah, and your mental stress will show up in your body.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just like, oh man, I feel like I got hit by a truck after that meet. Even though it's like the least amount of work I've done in this last 6 weeks.
Yeah, and what's the amount of weightlifters that actually all-time PR on a platform?
Oh man,
yeah.
I have.
I've done it.
I have.
I mean, I guess in powerlifting the goal is to all-time PR every meet.
Yeah, weightlifting, no.
Yeah,
no. No.
It's happened a handful of times.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and it's usually clean and jerk for me.
Yeah.
I've done both.
For me, I have never snatched a PR in training or on a meet. I've came like within close to like maximal.
Yeah. Never, that's the goal, right? You get somewhere close to your training max.
Because we're also training with different tools for snatch sometimes too. Like and you only got 3 cracks at it.
Sure.
You're not.
That's it. And you got to make one.
It's more like like golf or something. Like my best score is probably not when ESPN's in my face.
Yeah.
Like I do good when ESPN's in my face, but it's not my best score ever.
And that's what separates the best from like average also.
Yeah.
You talk about the best out there. Like that's what you get. Most Olympic gold medalists may have hit, near their maximum. I'll tell you that they're
crunch time.
They're clean maximums.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's for sure.
Well, yeah, there's like the old Steiner story. I think he PR'd 15 or 10 kilos on his clean and jerk in a meet.
Yeah.
10 more or 25, 30 pounds more than he's ever touched in his life.
There's the exact opposite of that, which was one of the most badass things I've ever seen. Was at World Championships, and when they were in Houston in 2015, it was like the lightest weight class, so like the 56 kilos, whatever. And it came down, there's this North Korean guy and this Chinese lifter. And they're like last two guys battling it out for gold, kind of, right? Comes the last clean and jerk. And I think it was a Chinese guy goes, and he misses this clean and jerk, right? And then on the second attempt, is like third attempt or whatever. A second attempt, the North Korean guy goes out and does like smokes it, wins gold. It was on second attempt. Bumps the weight up like 7 kilos, and he has no fucking reason to do this. Like he just won gold medal at World Championships.
Usually people just don't even take their last lift.
Take a pass on it. Walks out and we're like, he won't even take this. Like I think he's done more like Nat's there. He's like, he's done a little more in training, but like he has no point, right? Walks out in the bar, just cleans the shit out of it, looks around, stares straight at the other team, the entire Chinese team, just looks at him, drops the bar, walks on.
I like that.
Right, just like it was 100% a statement. Like, I just want to let you guys know I could have fucking done this.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It was wild. I was like, and he dropped.
I didn't look at it when you said that. I didn't look at it in that aspect.
We were like, holy.
Oh,
shit.
I can jerk this, but I'm not gonna waste my time.
I mean, like smoke the clean, like stood right up, that no problem, and then just fucking stared at the Chinese team. Just looked at him.
I like it.
Dude, that's fucking.
Drops the bar,
that's
walks
fucking
off.
Gangster.
Yeah, I like a little attitude.
That's tight.
That's it. It was wild. I was like, holy shit.
And it's funny because
Coolest thing we've ever seen.
The high level of weightlifting is obviously a very dark world, but like. You get so much personality in weightlifting. I know powerlifting has that too.
Powerlifting has a ton of personality.
But it's good to see that sometimes in weightlifting because it has a stigma of being very proper sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think both sports too. Like you guys know, like high level athletes, middle and beginners. I feel like some of the higher level athletes, the personality's in the middle sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'd like to think the three of us, where like the high level guys are sometimes like kind of robotic.
Yes.
So like I like to see the personality too, rather than like basketball for some reason is so tied to culture. Football, baseball, those things are so tied to like whatever, whether it be fashion or hip hop or whatever. Those guys tend to have a little bit more personality. Yeah. Not always, a la Kawhi Leonard interview.
I was just going to say Kawhi.
Yeah, not always, but in bodybuilding, weightlifting, and powerlifting, some of those guys are paint dry,
Yeah.
So like I love to see stuff like that too. And
it's very introspective. It's like the time alone and the time, like it's a different personality. Like what it takes to be at that level.
For sure.
Is usually not the same personality that likes being around people.
And personality for me doesn't mean bashing your head on a bar and smashing ammonia.
No,
everybody does
like,
that. That's the same.
just,
like something like that clean story. That's personality to me. Like everybody can throw their fist in there and fucking scream when they hit a PR. Like that's not personality to me.
No, I know what you mean. Also, like off the platform personality.
Sure, if you can handle a goddamn interview, I'll be your biggest fan.
Yeah.
Hey, so we talk about coffee real quick.
Yeah.
Earlier, so I made you that coffee, the holiday blend.
Yeah, holiday.
And yeah, a little piney. So I did a pour over, and we were talking about it. You make your coffee exclusively via pour over?
I think so because I don't know how it started. But maybe I've never even had a coffee machine. And then two, I basically live by myself. Sorry, I mean Connor lives with me, but he doesn't really count. He stays in his room, and so why am I going to do a big old pot? And then I just make sure that my mug's extra big.
Yeah.
And then it's just pour over easy. It's simple. One man
pour
situation.
over
So
is
here's my question.
one of the most convenient.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, easy cleanup.
Yeah.
French press is probably a little bit more convenient.
Yoda you probably actually really like.
But it's not as good.
I worry about I've French pressed once or twice, and I'll drink it if I'm at like a coffee shop. But I worry about the cleanup. I'm lazy.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's a little bit more than your pour over.
What you probably like is this guy here. So it's like a pour over.
Yeah.
But it's a clever dripper. So it's a pour over, but it clogs the bottom, so it doesn't actually start dripping through. And so you pop it on there and it pours in.
So somewhere in between, like a French.
So it's like a
almost.
French press. I just spilled my fucking water. It's like a French press slash.
You let it
but without
steep
pressing.
a while.
So yeah, so you just like pour it in there. It's big enough, so it's in there, and it's steep. So then you get like the steep time, like on a French press. You have a little more control, and like a pour over, and you just pop it on top. And when you put it on the mug, boop,
because what I
drains right in.
What I do with the pour over is I add more coffee than most people would to get the taste I want.
Yeah,
but then it's a little wasteful.
How many scoops are you doing?
I don't scoop her. I have
You're
an eyeball.
shaker.
I have an eyeball with my grinder.
Well,
So I just know.
You're a scooper or a shaker? You're a shaker?
I don't know what a shaker is.
Well, let me tell you, there's two types of people in this world.
I know there's
All right?
a scooper, but I don't have a dumper, I guess.
There's two types of people.
Yeah.
There's the type that classify people into two groups, and those that don't.
Oh yeah, true.
You know?
True. True. I definitely judge people.
We do it like a little shaker. You know?
The dump is the shake.
Yeah, I do a dump shake.
Now, when you do the dump shake, do you always go back for a second go? I feel like it's like you do the one, you go, yeah, that's it, and then you always go.
So my
and
eyeball,
like a little more every time.
My eyeball's on the beans going into the grinder. So the full grinder is going in there.
Okay.
That's why I say dump.
So you know where your beans should be hitting on the grinder.
When I cover all the blades, it's game on in my grinder.
Do you always one pour and the blades are covered and you stop, or do you normally give it and you give a little more?
Oh, now you're talking beans shaker.
So you're doing an electric burr grinder?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you said the blades. That's a chopper.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't know what a burr is.
Oh no, the burr's the one without the blade.
I got blades.
The burr grinds the blade
The
chop.
chop. I have a chopper here.
I have exposed blades. It
Yeah,
looks
that's
like a
the
lawnmower.
chopper. That's the chopper. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably do a shimmy. In there.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get the beans dry because you got to cover the blade.
Yeah, you get them in there and you go,
Yeah. But then the cleanup's easy.
the blade.
The cleanup's easy. Cover the blade. Beans back in the thing. The same. I have a mug collection, but I end up using the same mug every day because you clean it and then it's sitting out.
Oh, I have dozens of mugs.
Yeah.
Like I should have the one rule my wife has for me is like just don't bring home another fucking mug when you travel. Right?
Yeah, I love when
But with that said, I use the same one for weeks, and then one day I'll just kind of be like, I just changed a couple days ago because World Championships for weightlifting. So I have this USA mug that I got at the Olympic Training Center a couple years back. So I was like, I'm pulling that guy out.
Yeah.
World Champ, but I'll use it for the next month.
Yes, if Kelsey told me that about mugs, I would just bring home mugs every time. Actually, this is exactly what I do. Every time Every time I go to a Kings game, she tells me not to get the novelty
The giant
cup,
plastic cup.
and I get it every time.
And you
and
use
now we
those?
have like,
Me too.
I have like fucking 25 of them.
I don't have that
at
many,
least.
but yeah, I have a huge Star Wars fucking soda cup from whatever Return of the Jedi.
You know what I use?
Yeah, I have
Not
that.
Return
I
of
have
the Jedi.
that same one.
I wish it was that old. It's the Last Jedi or whatever. Yeah.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah, and I
have
just
that
drink
same
water
cup.
out of that all day.
I have the same cup.
I don't do it all day, but I use it every day. I put it on my nightstand because they're like 32 ounces.
Yeah,
Big
they're
ass cup.
huge. They're the
so
best.
I fill it with water, put it on my nightstand. In the morning, I wake up, turn off my alarm, and chug it.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I do every day. Regular glass, like what am I doing with that? Like fucking 12 ounces of water?
Yeah,
You
it's
kidding
bullshit.
me?
I just
hydrating. I'm not a hydrated toddler.
I just
You
bought
pull those
new
out for
glasses.
the for the sparkling water with dinner with water.
Yeah, even that, it's like just not enough to drink. I was just bought new like real glasses, and I was like, why are they all so fucking small? They're all like 8 ounces. I finally found some somewhere. Bed Bath & Beyond. You're a lovely place if you guys want to sponsor this podcast. But they finally found like a 16. A 16, and at least you can kind of drink something out of it.
You get something going there.
But it's no Last Jedi.
It is
No,
true. You
no.
fill up. You get like a standard size
That's a hell
cup.
of a
You
cup.
fill it
It
with
is.
water. That's not like you're not walking around sipping on that. Like
Yeah.
that's a one and done.
Yeah, what movie? The issue though is then what movies? One, do I want to rep at the house?
Yeah.
And two,
Yeah.
I feel like not obviously every movie. It's got to be a mega blockbuster to get their own cup.
Yep.
And there hasn't been one in a while. Maybe Avengers had one.
I think Jurassic Park might have had one.
But I heard that sucked.
It was awful.
I do
God,
like
it was
Chris
awful.
Pratt. I do like Chris Pratt.
That's why.
But
That's
he's
why the
hardly
sports
in it.
ones.
Oh really?
That's the
I
problem.
didn't watch it, and I love dinosaurs.
That's why you gotta get the sports ones. You go to Kings.
I have a
game,
Niners
you get
one.
Yeah, see, I have like a Niners one.
I'm going to a
a
Kings
couple
game this
Warriors
week, I
ones.
think. What day is it?
It's Thursday.
I think next week.
There you go.
There we go. First Kings game of the year.
So when you do your pour overs,
I haven't been yet.
I have a question for you. It's really important.
Yeah, pour over
Okay,
time.
So
Hit me.
when you do you bloom the coffee?
Yeah, you got to bloom.
Okay, now
If you're not blooming, you're wasting your time.
fuck, I heard that.
The bloom isn't even difficult. Like I'm a guy.
All you do is you just stop.
You just
pour
stop.
a little and you stop.
You let her fizzle up a little bit, and then you go again.
Now this is where I'm getting to. Now this is what the whole point of all this.
Yeah.
So you bloom.
Yeah.
Do you?
Uh-oh.
Now Dean knows it's coming here.
I know it's coming.
Do you stir your bloom?
No, are you supposed to?
Well, supposed to isn't interesting.
Supposed to no. Does it make it taste better?
Allegedly.
I think so.
I've never stirred a bloom.
Me either.
With
I've
what,
never
like a
heard
coffee
it.
stick?
A spoon.
I use a golf tee.
So back to I'd use a golf tee. So back to my whole life is about
That's what I used
efficiency.
yesterday.
I'm trying not to clean things up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying
That's
not to
another
clean
thing to
things
clean.
up.
That's
So that
another
when
thing
you
to
said
clean.
spoon, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Well, check it out. Say you go golf tee, or like you like give a little
Yeah,
stir.
you do a little lick.
No, and then you just
yeah. I would do a golf tee.
Yeah.
Or my finger.
Yeah.
Does that work?
you can finger it.
I'll figure out
allegedly-
the
Just stick your finger in there and
Yeah.
just like give a little swirl.
If your bloom technique is pretty dialed into where you're definitely saturating all the grounds, you're probably fine. But they do say just to double check and to make sure everything's getting fully saturated.
sure
just
they're all
give it a little.
moist.
So you're stirring the grounds, not the water.
Well, when you bloom, you just pour a little bit
Right.
in there just to get up
Right.
to
Just
moisten.
making sure
the
everything's
ground.
wet.
You're like
You just
stripping
make-
the sides.
You
kind of.
just make
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You just kind of turn them around, and make sure they're all wet.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'll give
or
it a go.
not.
I'll give
I've
it a
never
go.
done it. It was just Dean and I listened to this podcast. It was like 30 minutes all about like pour over coffee. And I was like, Dean, you got to hear this, right?
This guy was...
It was worth listening to.
It was. It was.
It was the Cat and Cloud podcast.
There you
we'll
go.
plug it here. They're out of Santa Cruz.
Bring them up.
And
bring them up.
And they're actually friends. I found out about him. Pat Barber. You know Pat
I know
Barber,
the name.
CrossFitter. And anyway, he's friends with the guys, and he's friends with us, and he's told me about him a few times and stuff. But it's a great podcast. Normally there's a couple guys talking, but this one is just one guy, and it's highly edited, like quick edits, like going through. And it was 30 minutes. All about doing pour over coffee.
Are they just pro baristas?
Yeah, they have their own coffee shops. They do their own roasting. They sell their coffee, wholesale to other shops. It's like the full thing there.
It was very interesting.
It was very very interesting. And so he talks about like, do you stir the bloom? Do you not stir the bloom?
Never heard of it.
How long should it take? How thick should the grounds be? Or coarse should the grounds be?
Yeah, I've heard of stuff like that.
How
I've
much
watched YouTube
water?
videos.
The time, the weights, everything. But it is a full. What type of filters? Metal, paper, brown paper, white paper, no paper.
Yeah, if you want to take it to the next level, stay away from the darker papers.
Really?
Yeah,
More flavor, something
or no
fuck
paper
up?
at all.
I say no paper.
Or no paper.
Because then you don't have to do the pre-wash. Because I know with the paper you're supposed to pre-wash, get the taste out of there.
Right, but see, with white filters, you don't necessarily have to do that, but it depends on what kind of white filter, because some are made white through bleaching, some are made white through oxygen cleanse. Oxygen cleanse are a go, bleaching's a no-go.
Makes sense.
There's a.
I need a barista to live in my house.
I need a barista.
Or just make coffee.
Yeah.
You know what?
Or the coffee machine.
That's
would be nice.
I love that. I was gonna say, at the end of the day, Mike, it doesn't really matter.
A coffee machine would be nice. My buddy Bart lived in a dope high-rise downtown LA, kind of what you would think. Like, what was the movie that just came out? Bright or something?
Yeah.
When they filmed that, Will Smith was staying in the same high-rise. To give you an idea of the type of high-rise we were in, right? They saw Will Smith in the elevator type shit.
Yeah.
So on one level, they had a full coffee machine that you'd go down there. It's just like free. Kind of what you get in a hotel, but like a nicer one, And you do espresso, coffee, just a shot, a capo, they'll do it all. I need one of those. And it was pretty good.
Oh, we'll see, the thing is, my wife's car, it's an Infiniti.
Yeah.
And so you can get it serviced and oil changed anywhere cheaper. But
Like
I go to the
grinds the
dealership a
beans and
lot.
shit.
Yeah.
I go to the dealership a lot because they got one of those things there. And it's actually the best place to work is at a car dealership because nobody fucking talks to you. If you're in the service department, I'll go hunker down there for like 3 hours and like you get more done in those 3 hours and the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Right? So I go with my laptop, my backpack. And I'm like, all right, I go to the coffee machine, I get my little coffee that's all like ground for you, done deal. Sit down, log in the Wi-Fi, and just check out. And just then and then they even come out, they know what's up. They come out and they go, hey, just letting you know it's finished, so whenever you're ready, come on up, get the keys. I'm like, all right, thanks, man. It's like, hang out as long as you want, do your thing.
Joe.
Yes, seriously, I'll be here another hour.
See, when I'm in one of those situations, like, I kind of want the full experience, and I just want a shitty cup of coffee.
True.
You know?
Like it's been in the drip thing or the
shitty little
for
cup.
burnt. It's burnt as fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to the tire
8
shop.
a.m.
That's a tire shop thing.
Yeah.
You're going to the tire shop. You're getting your tires done. I want the pot that's been on the burner getting burnt.
Yeah, I like
all
that.
damn day.
Yes.
It was made at 7 a.m. It's
Yes.
2 p.m. now. There's 1 inch at the bottom. It's gonna be fucking awful. Load me up.
Yeah.
There's the little cups right next to it, stacked up.
The little
white cups.
Little stacked up white cups.
They're too small.
They're styrofoam.
Yeah,
they're
foam.
horrible for the fucking environment, and it's horrible for you.
Dude,
it's
they're
exactly
definitely
what you want.
styrofoam.
Yeah, they're definitely
There's
styrofoam.
no lids.
There's no lids.
There's the brown stir sticks with the white stripe.
They're giving you cancer. They're going in a landfill, and the coffee is burnt to shit. That's also carcinogenic.
And
that is what you want.
And they might be the straw that broke the camel's back on that whale that was swimming around the ocean.
Definitely.
You're directly responsible for the death of.
You are contributing to the plastic island swirling around in the Pacific.
There is a lot of nostalgia with coffee or like memories. Food, I think it smells. They already. This is bullshit science that I don't really know, but I'm sure there's some kind of science to back it up.
No, it's science.
Where like
no, this is actually
taste and smell brings up more memories than anything else.
Oh
right?
yeah, no. This podcast
believe
actually is sometimes called Factoid Nation.
Oh yeah,
and so we state facts like that.
Yeah, I have a new podcast coming called 50% Facts.
Oh,
that's
it
great.
sounds like it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, where I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I make it sound like I do.
That's everything we discussed.
Yeah, like we were talking about diners. Diners have the thickest coffee mugs for no reason, and coffee that's most would say is shit. But when you go to a diner, you want that coffee.
I want it to taste like dirt.
Yeah,
Go to Mill Dogs over here. They only use Caffeine and Kilos mugs.
that's what I was told.
But the coffee, on the other hand, tastes like dirt.
Oh, it's Kirkland.
And there you
It's
go.
Kirkland. It's Kirkland can, like the big tubs you get at Costco.
yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, when you go there.
That's what you want.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to put in a Caffeine and Kilos mug so that taste is directly
tied in
with us.
branding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quality branding.
Speaking of those tubs, reminds me when I was in college when we go surfing. Buddy Todd, he wasn't real big for breakfast. Like he would just basically rolling out of bed as we're pulling up, So you just get a spoon, grab a spoon, just dip it in the peanut butter, get full like big ass spoonful of peanut butter, and then just straight into the tub of coffee grounds.
That's a move.
Pull it out, and it was like a peanut butter coffee lollipop.
That sounds delicious.
And then that's what he would eat. And so, the caffeine totally works.
Like instant coffee?
He would go like into like a tub of grounds like from Kirkland or whatever. It was like the Folgers at the time, but it was like the 2 pounds or 5 pound jug of fucking Folgers.
Yeah.
He would just dip it in there, so it's covered with it, and then just all right, let's go.
That sounds pretty good.
I actually think it sounds good too.
It does.
I've done the peanut butter on the spoon. Like I like to work out first thing in the morning now, get the day going, and it's not that early. It's probably
Dip it
8 o'clock.
Dip it in the grounds.
Yeah, I just go straight peanut butter to the face.
Dude, yeah, it's bomb.
So
But the coffee sounds
next
good.
time, dip it in some grounds.
So I had a buddy that used to work at this place